Warning: the following contains depictions of adult themes, drug use, and wanton violence, sometimes flat-out war crimes. Listener discretion is advised. This is Starforged, Stones of Fortune. Starring Carlos as Solrock, the Seer, Ramses as Merrick, the Unseen, Jose as Jimmy Rings, and Luke as Spike. And I am your guide, your host, your editor, and all those other things, Redstone, also known as Adam in these recordings. So wait, we're all back now?
We are all back, and we're just really off topic.
I'm here. Cool. Okay, so when we left off, you guys were headed towards the wreckage of the Nauvoo to do a scan. You get there, and let's have the scan happen. Roll plus wits, +1 from BB helping you out there, Spike.
Yeah. I got a 6 versus 7 and a 10.
All right, so weak hit because 10 matches 10. Let's see. On gather information. Okay. So many moves. So many fucking moves. There it is. Weak hit. The information provides new insight, but also complicates your quest. Envision what you discover. Take +1 momentum. So your momentum is already maxed. Oh. But the weak hit. So, alright, so yeah, you guys scan. Oh, yeah, this is the time you learn. You guys scan the wreckage, and you actually find some, like BB, with BB's help, he's able to identify a memory core. Basically, a component of one of the computer banks is fairly sizably whole. You're able to bring it on board and get it hooked up. And BB is able to show you footage, some security footage that was taken by the Nauvoo in its last moments. Basically, you find one of the mini black boxes, because it actually would have a few different ones for a ship that fucking size. It was the largest ship in the entirety of the Forge. It was the most heavily armored and heavily weaponed ship to come to the Forge. So it had multiple redundant systems. You guys are able to get the data out, and it shows you that after you guys... It clearly shows you guys leaving. And then it shows a weird signal arises, and then there ends up being some physical video that turns on and tries to zoom in. There's some other kind of scans going on. Once there's a signal very close off the side of the ship, and you see 3 of the capital ships, the kind that you'd fought before, but whose asses you kicked. But 3 of them basically unveil themselves as it's like let's almost as if they were wearing an invisibility cloak, and you see the physical cloth pulled away from the ship, but you realize it's actually a whole bunch of little somethings detached from around the ship, and you're able to see the capital ships. And from the capital ships and all of those little invisible specks come incoming fire. And this all happens in like 10 seconds. Is those ships just suddenly are visibly apparent, and boom, the incoming energy wave, and it from 3 different directions, and then those bits come off, and it just overwhelmed it. And the Nauvoo it didn't have shields up. It had no defenses other than its armor plating, and from all that direct fire at once, yeah, it didn't stand a chance. But you have evidence that it wasn't you. You have evidence that you'd already left by the time this happened, so you couldn't have known about it. And it is nicely marked that it's this is their material, like this is their contingency stuff. So you can just hand it over, and it shows you free and clear. The complication is, BB is now reporting to you that, if you recall, a bunch of ships had gone to the Boundless Shoal, and like 6 of them just kind of disappeared. Like, no one saw them warp away, but they just weren't there anymore. And you guys destroyed 12 of them, but those others that were there, no one saw them leave. Well, it looks like you saw at least 3 of them. BB's pretty sure like that was them. Maybe all 6 are together. But at least 3 of them were. But this complicates it, because now you know that they know how to cloak giant fucking ships in a way that, like, the Nauvoo's sensors were like, there's nothing there until it was there.
Can we tell by the videos if it was like the same way that we cloak?
So there's a bunch of little small things.
Yeah, so like, because the way I heard it was that there was like just a bunch of panels that kind of cloak their shit, not like how we do it through the forge and shit.
You should roll plus heart to roll that. I think you're going to investigate that with your ability for the presence.
Yeah, we need to find out if it's electrical, because if so, we just EMP them. My shit's natural.
I gotta. That's what I'm saying.
Organic.
They just like they can't even copy our shit.
They can't. They can try, but nah.
I got a 4 versus a 2 and a 5.
That's a strong hit. So you reach out with your feelings, and actually, I think with that strong of a hit, I'm just going to have to give it to you. Merrick, you're watching that going, that looks a lot like what you do, but basically what that looks like is if there was a bunch of little ships, each of which had somebody who was cloaking a little part of that giant ship. So they had, I mean, we're talking at least 100 fighters that can completely cloak, and when joined together can completely cloak a giant ship. Giant ships, plural. But it seems like exactly what Merrick does. Especially Merrick, when he had that crystal in him.
Oh. They get clones.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to give you that you actually, at one point, one of the fighters maybe gets close enough that you can... Merrick is right. They are clones of... They are Merrick clones.
What the fuck?
God damn it, Merrick.
There is literally a Merrick clone army. Welcome to the Clone Wars, bitches.
Damn.
I am sorry, but how does that feel, Merrick, to know that there is now an entire group out there with your face.
Merrick
and
is
abilities.
Merrick is one
And
in a
abilities.
trillion.
And they're better than me because they got the crystal. Oh, I haven't got a new one yet.
You're the old model.
They're not better, but they are stronger right now.
That's no bueno.
But yeah,
Yes.
you guys, you do know that you put that all together. Like BB is sure that is actually they seem to have cloned you and mass produced you, and you are now your abilities. I mean, they still don't have fighters like you four have fighters, but they have a lot of Merricks.
We gotta figure out where their cloning planet's at. We gotta stop this. I gotta liberate my brothers.
Actually, roll. Merrick should roll a gather information because you know some stuff about this. Like, I think give me that roll, and we'll see what insights pop into your head.
Oh fuck! A 1 versus a 10 and a 6. Man said, "Yeah, I can't. I don't want to remember nothing from back then."
No, so it occurs to you. No, this is the problem. It occurs to you that you've seen how they can just print a body. You watch them scan a person and then print a body and shove stuff into it. You realize it's a giant network, and they're all connected through those nexuses. Basically, as long as those nexuses are up, as long as the nodes are transmitting, there's the ability for them to 3D print copies of you anywhere.
Yeah.
It seems as if they probably were doing some manufacturing of you aboard the ships at the Boundless Shoal.
Fuck. This shit got serious. I guess now it's time to learn all of my weaknesses.
Yeah, it looks. You also have learned since then, like that they were at the Boundless Shoal. They were intercepting all the weed shipments. So they were, they were doing stuff with the space weed in quantities, crazy amounts for like even 6 ships. Or I'm sorry, 6 ships. Even like 18, 20 ships. That's still not a crazy ton of people. It's a lot of people, but they were like, it's probably like they were somehow using the space weed to augment a bunch of shit, which is why, like, that's how you augment your powers too.
Yep.
But you also remember that if you do the weed and crystals, it amplifies, but it can have dire consequences.
On the presence using, right? So aren't they weaker in the mind?
Yeah.
No. Carlos can like break their minds.
Break their minds.
No, it augments your abilities. You have hit on something actually there, that it does make you a little more susceptible to manipulation through the presence.
That's right. I know it. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, that's been alluded to. I don't think we've ever said that out loud. I was trying to give that like, this is what's happening, but I think you actually figured it out.
I realized, but I had the goon, Sorlock, master, apprentice of Nas. You know, I was safe.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It does augment your abilities. It makes you, but it's only through the presence. Like, it is definitely like someone has to focusly do that. It's not like, oh, you just become dumb or gullible. It's you get more connected to the presence too. But yeah, there seems to be some ways in which it can manipulate you. But it also it's a giant boost. Like it's like you can make drugs that like amplify shit. They're like, nah, we just turn you all the way up to 11, like the whole time.
Well, okay. Now going off of that, since they got the gems and they use the presence, to use the shadow ability, visually we can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't they like blast a beacon in the presence, basically saying like right in this general direction? Presence is being used.
One of the things you've noticed with your shielding ability is one of the few things that doesn't broadcast itself out, just because of the nature of what it is.
Okay.
You are pulling, but there are, when it's used in other ways, and like when the like cloaking ability isn't going on, like when they're doing other stuff with the presence, when they're just using it for when the control happens too. If something tries to exert control over them, it would have to be fairly close to them. But like when the capital ship was in attack mode, it's definitely broadcasting its position. There's a lot of presence being obviously used in other ways.
Okay.
I mean, that's the one thing is like you think. For you, Merrick, because you have that ability, you in particular you would be the one most likely to be able to see through, like, to know, because there are times where you look at it and anyone else, it's perfect camouflage, but you are at the expert. Like, you...
Oh!
So you're like, that... What was that?
Didn't I augment my eyes?
Did you augment your eyes? That sounds familiar, but I'm trying to...
Yeah.
When did that happen?
'Cause I'm sniper dude, right? I think I did something like that.
Sure. Actually, yeah.
If I see the shadows, I could probably tune my eye to see the cloaks.
You would realize, because there's... When people, like... If you really want to blend in the shadows, you don't wear like pitch black. You wear grays, you wear deep blues, because if you're too dark, you stand out. And this is subtle, but it's for you. You're like, nobody else would catch this, but you can catch it because you're just like, yeah, I know what that looks like. You're
like in nature.
But yeah, the scary part is... Sorry, what was that, Luke?
Are we saying that Merrick has cat eyes?
In a sense, to spot out people cloaking.
No, you literally have cat eyes, I think.
I'm the scout. I'm the infiltrator. I'm the liar.
Makes sense.
I'm the sniper. I'm the healer as well. I'm straight up support this whole game. I just realized.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good skill set. It's fucking badass.
When you start upgrading.
It's a time traveler. I guess you're all fucking time travelers. I take that back. All right, so...
Ooh, here's another question. Do my clones get my augmentations, or are they just my pre-augmentation body?
They would be your pre-augmentation body.
Nice.
They could I mean, the thing is, they could do things to augment them, but at the scale they're making people, you would... I mean, they can
they're just normal.
They can print the base, and then they have to do the augmentations. So most of them, if not all of them, are just the base Merrick. Actually, but there might be some... I didn't even think of that, dude. Like, you just put that idea in my head, so I'm sorry. There are probably some more elite soldiers where they're actively now tweaking your genome to, like, let's make they're trying to make the Jimmy Rings Merrick hybrid.
Oh, that's gangsta.
So.
Hey, it'll be fun facing off one of them.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, good thing I got the... One of us has the looper, right? Somebody make a safe point.
You do. You have the looper. You're the one.
Oh, yeah.
Merrick is, like, just slowly losing his mind.
I got so many abilities. I mean, Let me make a save point. Do I get a roll?
You don't have that ability yet. You need to buy that one.
Oh.
It'll be
Oh,
yeah. The one you currently have is if you're about to get hurt, you can do a little jump. So basically, you need to practice jumping before you go. Well, I'm going to jump back 5 weeks. You know,
yeah.
small steps. Small steps.
Baby steps. Let me walk. Let me walk.
Well, okay, so now where we're at is you guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you don't know where the fuck that fleet of ships went. But you do have evidence that you can just send it to Nihai if you want, Nihai and Mongoose now, and let them know what you found and move on. Or you can call them up and tell them more details if you'd like.
Yeah, let's bring them up to date. We'll do a little debriefing.
Do you want to RP that out, or should we just skip to something next?
Carlos, you talked to him before. Do you want to talk to him again, or does someone want to talk to him? Otherwise, let's just skip it.
Oh, what do you mean? Like actually go through that, or
Yeah. You
Yeah.
want to have a whole conversation?
is he actually gonna have anything for us? Any leave or anything like?
I'm trying to think. I think basically
We should go on.
Gesundheit.
Like, at this point, we just know that like the next points are like the points ahead, right?
Yeah. So I think maybe just we'll call it a basic debrief. We told him what was up, sent him the video, and now we're going on to the Nexus points.
We still want about the Mormons?
No, that's
News.
all.
He didn't have no news, right?
No. This you were informing him of stuff. I'd say so. His response to finding this out, you get his. He can use this. Well, what he's going to let you know is he's going to show this as evidence to try to convince the people, those that are in the military that think you're guilty, that you guys did this, to try to show that you definitely didn't directly do the attack, and the fact that they pop out after you leave specifically, he's going to try to spin that as like there's no reason to do that unless they were purposely trying to hide from you. Because if you were on the same side as them and they arrived, clearly they're there before you leave. Because they're in too perfect of a position. So the fact that they make sure to be out of your way, but stay cloaked, he's going to try to push that as, hey, if they're on the same side, they would have uncloaked before you left. You would have attacked too, so that should get them more on the side of like, well, now we know what happened. There's no reason that the question is, do you guys tell them that it's a bunch of cloned Merrics in particular?
No.
Oh.
I don't.
But then again, that'll also implicate me later.
And they may want to do some experiments, create some biological weapons for Merrick. So let's say no.
Yeah, let's just play ignorant, I guess.
We are investigating the matter.
Yes. No comment at this time. We will wait until the investigation is complete.
Okay, he can definitely show us like, look, they are stealth ships that were cloaking. Like he can do all the other basic stuff. And you can explain like, yeah, a bunch of cloaked ships were surrounding the capital ships. You can see how they, all unhook and then fire. So he doesn't. Yeah, if you don't tell him, he doesn't know if it's the same thing or something completely different. All they know is that you know how to cloak a ship, and there are, there's other ways to cloak ships. Your way is one of the more it's like when you use just different materials or different kinds of shielding. It's not the same as using the presence. Like, you literally can just be like you hide even from the presence. Like, that you're doing it. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, because I'm god level. I'm proud of that.
So okay, but you mentioned wanting to go hit the Nexus points.
Well, yeah,
Let's see.
If they're copying me and making clones of me, so I definitely want to hit them hard now.
Which makes sense. I mean, I get that. So you guys are currently.
It was a clone.
Hey, Mary,
It was a clone.
kill yourself.
Yikes! No, the original is strong. I don't have the crystal. You can't fool me.
So I'm looking on the map. You guys are in the Mormon Federated World's territory. You're actually closest to Lumen Circlet is a nexus, and yeah, it's there are two inside the Mormon Federated Worlds. The other is the Action Margin, which is really close to the border, right above, on the right-hand side, right above the actual actively disputed space. That's probably not super legible because I didn't write it super legibly. I apologize.
Talking about Lumen and Action?
Yes. Those are you are closest to Lumen. But yeah, like there's two that are in Mormon Federated space already.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for that one.
I'm down.
Nope.
We're here.
Jose's
Strike
okay.
back. Help the Mormons out a bit.
Yeah, for sure. I wanna. Well, what do we know about that place? It's a good spot. It's their vanguard, so it's like right at the front. I want to hit them where it hurts, man. I'm upset.
I mean that would so when the Nexus went down on Frost, it literally ignited a civil war in the air in the whole like region, because then a lot of the Legion controlled people stopped being Legion controlled and rebelled. So that is a good spot for fucking shit up. But
good, yeah,
it's also possibly more defended. Like, so if things go bad there's more chance that there's enemies there. While in the Mormon Federated area, you're in peaceful territory. If there is Legion forces there, they'd have to be secretive about it, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
Like cloak secretive.
Possibly.
Could be some cloak ships at these vaults.
There might be. I don't know. Like if
We'll
you,
check it out.
I'm sure there is, and that's what I'm hoping
Those
for.
are-
Because we're gonna use your batteries against them.
Those are closer than that Vanguard one Ram was talking about, I assume.
yes, because you're in the Mormon Federated area, while the one he's wanting is on in Promethean space. So you have to go through.
Yeah. So.
Like you got to go through the Enlightened Worlds to get there. Like it's like on the other side of your known world at this point, but it's like a week away. The other is like, oh yeah, you could get there in 2 jumps.
Oh, my food's here.
Okay.
Or actually,
Yeah, let's
probably
do the one
a jump.
that Lumen. See what's up there, and then we can then do like Vanguard or another one afterwards.
Cool.
Sorry, I missed that. Alright, yeah, let's hit him, man. I'm making a
All
fool
right,
out
you
of me.
guys go up to the Lumen Circlet. Oh, that's weird. So this place is strange. As you're flying, Spike, normally you get readouts of, like, you can kind of interpret, because you skim just outside of our universe in a way that sometimes you can detect, like, oh, that there's a bunch of light coming up ahead oh, and there's a lot of mass, that's probably a star, versus like, oh, here's a chunk of stuff and it's not glowing, it's not hot, or at least, yeah. You can tell certain things through just on the other side of hyperspace. But coming up ahead is a large amount of mass, but normally you would expect there to be a lot of light coming from it. It's too small to be a stable black hole. But that is where you're coming out at, is something that is pretty much not emitting light, but it's definitely big, like a star. And yeah.
No, bro. Trying to get my boy caught up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right, Ram, do you want to look around and see if you can spot any stealth ships? I don't know if it works as well in space. We do it like in conjunction with like the scanner, like a sensor scan or something.
Should I
think Merrick's got to do a plus shadow, I think.
Okay.
Cool, let's do it.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. Alright, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. We got a 4 versus a 7 and a 10.
Chris.
Well, your shadows. Oh no, it's still on there.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say the thing is, yes, you do detect. So you guys, you come out of space, and I'm just going to let you know. So you're coming out, and then this is like you're prepping for this. You get there, and you realize very quickly that the star that basically what's up ahead is a star that's in an incomplete kind of Dyson sphere. Basically, this is a thing where a star gets almost entirely enclosed. That way you can capture and harness the energy of an entire star. They call it a Dyson sphere in sci-fi because some guy Dyson came up with it. And then he probably made vacuums or something.
Yep, they're the same guy.
You know what? Fucking might be, though. That's the whole thing. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. There's some fun fact about it. Either that, like, this Dyson Sphere of Science thing is named after the vacuum, or it was the same guy. I can't remember which. It came up in one of the after classes.
But so this is an interesting location as it has these big pieces it forms a complete sphere, but there are gaps in this, as it looks like there are separate floating chunks that are all connected again through space weed. Like this is another big fungal wrapping through that's holding all these pieces in place more than you get the direct impression that these would be moving more, but they aren't. They're the energy being expelled is being captured somehow by the space weed, and it's somehow powering and strengthening it.
Okay.
Man, I made my charo beans last night, y'all. And them bitches are hidden right now.
Motherfucker.
When you buy the ingredients, I'll go over to your house and just make you a big ass pot.
I can vouch for that. He did that to my house.
Oh, okay. So, outside of the Dyson sphere, there are though three. You know there are 3 capital ships here. They are cloaked. You can see that they are turning towards you, like they detect you, and they're moving to position. But nothing shows up on sensors right now.
Okay. Well, then I have to stealth us.
Seems like the logical step.
Roll for that.
I was gonna say like I turn the body of the ship towards them and the hangar bay away, and you guys all fly out, and you could fly out cloaked, Ram, so they never even see you exiting.
Damn. That's some legit
Well,
shit right
and he
there.
sees how they're like some of his powers.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting experiment.
They can see us from now.
Yeah.
So we know for sure there's 3 of them.
3 capital ship.
Yeah, let's do that then if you're good
If
with
we
it.
can. Now, I'm not willing to die on this, but if we can, let's try to capture one. Wait, it's not the ship. We know it's the clones. Never mind. We don't need the ships. We just need to take them out.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
Can we
I turned,
confirm
like,
that we have the batteries? Because we need more.
Can you confirm what?
If they have those crystal that are like batteries that we can use as nukes, we need more, man. We need firepower.
Each of the capital ships would have a drive that size. Yes, they would need one for a ship this size.
So if we can, let's capture it. Let's capture all 3.
The capital ships.
So yeah, let's do that. I turn body towards them. You guys go out the hangar bays. Ram, you're cloaked. Carlos, Jose, do whatever. Each of you goes for a ship and goes for the crystal on the ship. Get the crystal, and that should shut down its drive. Ships are dead in the water. We can pick them off.
Who the heck is joining?
That sound like a plan?
Yes.
You'll each be in your little small ships / like mech fighters. So I feel like you could each take one.
I'm with it.
Yeah, but there's like a bunch of like little ships that cloak in them, right? There's a bunch of fighters.
I don't know. Are the little? Do we know the little ships that are cloaking? Because is it like little like pods or ships that go outside, or is it like a feature of the hull?
Because you saw no, they extended far enough away, and they were shooting on their own that you would have to assume that they are individual ships.
Okay. And have weaponry. It sounds like.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll focus on those guys and try to draw as much attention as possible while you guys kind of line up your shots. Can I do enter the fray and see if I can get in control?
Yeah, actually, and before you do that, do you want to activate the shields?
Oh shit.
Or
yes, that's a good idea.
Thank you. Yes.
I always
I
forget
forget we get you. Yeah. Also, I also forgot this. Tell Diva to man the extra guns and
Oh yeah, we can
Value.
get Diva and Freddie Gibbs on like
your top and
the
bottom
turret,
gun.
reversible turrets and forget all the terms. But yeah. Those motherfuckers.
yeah.
We always forget to give them orders.
Where's the shield?
We're not really an orders kind of crew.
I mean,
Hope it's
they're
where you're needed.
I mean, you can kind of assume that they're trying to help out when you don't give them orders.
So I for the shields, I got a 5 versus a 9 and a 2.
5. That's plus the ship's integrity, which is 5. So that's a strong hit. So yeah, you've got the full 4 shields. And I'm gonna say like since you're turning to engage them and do this, I'm just take a +1 when you roll to enter the fray.
Sounds good.
Since you go in, where's the combat moves?
I get a 1 versus an 8 and a 2.
And you do plus. I'm going to give you the wits that it's still a weak hit. On a weak hit, you can either take +2 momentum. You're at 10, or you can stay in control.
I would like
I'm assuming you're going to be in control. Cool. Which actually, I feel like you turning towards them, flapping on the shields, like literally. Then they go like, "Oh shit!" They know they were trying to move in for a surprise attack, and you've now they're startled.
And yeah, while they're looking at me, I want to execute that plan where I kind of turn the hangar bay away from them. Everyone jettisons out, lines up their shots in each individual ship while I close the distance, and they're all looking at me.
Let's do enter the fray for risky. Everybody else. It sounds like you're all trying to be a little more shadowy for this particular enter the fray. So
I think, yeah, you guys do whatever you want with the opportunity. So
I want to try to steal their crystal. Now, can I do that after taking out their ships, destroy the crystal, or should I just board it?
It depends on how you take it out. I mean, if you focus on their engines, or if you try to
immobilize
bore a hole through them, you'd probably blow up the crystal. You take a risk at losing it if you do try to take it. If you take out the ship first, there's always a chance,
I'll shoot for disabling the ship.
I was thinking one option would be you could burrow into the ship, grab the crystal, and then all the ship's power goes out. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I mean, it is like yanking out the car battery. The car's going to stop.
I didn't even think of that. Come on. I got to roll.
So it sounds like you're just going to barrel towards the ship to burrow into it and steal its crystal.
And you could, you could infiltrate, but that's just some tactic of getting the crystal separated first, and then you can follow up with kill shots.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do have infiltration abilities. Ooh, I also have... Ooh! Alright, here's my plan. Here is my plan. I'm going to infiltrate a ship. I'm going to use my scoundrel ability to play as one of the clones. And
okay.
Try to get them in a way to where I can get all three of the gems. If not, at least make it easier for me to move between ships to get them.
Okay, so you're thinking you infiltrate, get all the gems, and then the rest of us are just kind of fighting, taking attention? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yes.
I'm good with that. How do you feel, Carlos Jose?
I'm also cool with it.
Cool. So think about how you guys want to make your moves.
But I think, Merrick, you should start with an enter to the fray plus shadow, because that's totally, if you're going to try to sneak, portray that you're one of them, that's definitely shadow.
Let's do it. All right, here I go. Oh, finally. Oh, no. A 1 versus a 1 and a 5.
And I'm sorry, I forgot to... You were saying scoundrel. Let me swallow real quick.
I have scoundrel and infiltrator.
Actually, yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, so that's actually +3 total to that. So that's a strong hit. So you are both in control and... You gain 2 more momentum, bringing you up to +8.
Oh, baby, let's go. Setting me
so
up.
You are... So yeah, so you drop out of the back of the ship, you're stealthed, you just fly, you're heading towards one of their hangar bays. What is Carlos and Jimmy Rings doing?
Carlos, Jimmy Rings?
Bram's gonna be.
Did you say Carlos?
So Bram's gonna be doing the infiltrator for all the ships. We just cover fire.
Yeah, we just kind of draw attention. Make sure not to deliver kill shots till Ram has taken the crystals out. You don't want them overloading in his face. But otherwise, do damage. Just be targeted. Take out the little ships. But yeah, we can be kind of a distraction for us. Cause as much chaos as possible. Which
Hey,
I
blunt
think
or what?
we're gonna be good at.
Yo, can Rev stealth us on the way out?
Oh, could
You
Ram
could?
stealth all
Yeah.
of them? Ooh. I didn't think about that. Good
Good
call.
Do I have to roll for that?
You don't. You can, but you can also. Oh crap. No, they weren't unaware. You can just use your. I mean, you can roll, but you can set your die to 5.
Set the die at 5.
Yeah, plus your 3 wits gives you an 8.
Let's do it. Do I still have to roll the challenge dice?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 and a 3.
Strong hit. Yeah. So. Yeah. At what point do you guys want to break away, or are you going in? Are you gonna break away to try
I guess for the
to?
most part.
I mean,
Oh,
we're getting
sorry.
as far as like until they notice Ram and then just come out and start going for the engines. I'd say.
Okay.
Careful with the end. You might overload a crystal that way. I'd say go for the defensive emplacements like the turrets and shit, and for the little ships.
Yeah, make it look like you're trying to make way for Luke.
Yeah.
And just really get them focused on you.
Then I think that so let's have I mean, it sounds like you're facing off against your foe. So roll both of you roll enter the fray plus heart. Ooh, which is plus 3 for Soul Rock and plus 1 for Jimmy Rings.
Roll up, playboy.
The last Demon Slayer episode comes out today.
This thing, not the Wii.
Damn, Herc took a fart. Alright, y'all ready for it?
What you got?
A 4 versus a 5 and a 10. Fuck!
I got a 6 versus a 1 and a 6.
All right, so Soul Rock gets he had plus 3 to that, so that is a strong hit, giving him plus 2 momentum to bring you to plus 8, and you're in control. And Jimmy Rings, that sounded like a miss, right? With that plus 1.
He only has a 1 shadow?
1 heart. He's rolling plus heart as he like flies out of the stealth to like get in their faces.
Yes. Damn.
Hell yeah.
So you gotta miss.
You gotta miss. So you're in a bad spot. I mean, nothing happens just yet, but when we come back to you, you'll be basically you draw a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Okay. I can
So
work
you're
with
doing
it.
what you're
actually,
supposed to do.
Yeah, I can work with it.
Actually, let's start off with Jimmy Rings. You come out and you nail, because you can see at this point the ships are starting to back away from the capital ship so that they can all attack. And now it's like, well, there's a it looks like space, but I can see there's a capital ship behind it. You shoot at the dark spot, and you shoot a couple of them, and a whole squadron is like, well, he can see us, and he shot first. Let's kick his ass. You are in a bad spot. What would you like to do with all of these ships? They are coming after you. Just describe what you'd like to attempt to do.
How much fire points do I have?
You are at max, at plus 5.
Nice. Turn your thing into mech. Slam down on it. Oh wait, don't take out the ship.
Nah.
Use your.
I have a bunch.
Go ahead.
You ready for it? I want to create some sort of fireball around me so it looks like I blew up, and then try to escape out of there and just get out of line of sight. Just to confuse them a little more, keep them distracted. That's what we're trying. I can't.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like react under fire. You're creating a distraction. You literally said it. So that's plus shadow, which for you is +1. But yeah, roll that die, and don't forget, if you get a 6 on the die on your die, that's an automatic strong hit. So.
Well.
Uh-oh.
I got a 1 versus a 9 and a 10.
Oh.
Oh. Hey, hold on. Any way I can do that thing?
You got your...
Oh. You've got +10 momentum, man.
I got +10
You can
momentum.
burn your momentum. +10. Yeah, you're at max.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
It'll leave you at 2.
Oh, I also got the fire thing.
At max.
You do.
Like
That's
that.
also at max. You could, you could add +2 and suffer -1 fire.
Add +2 to that roll.
Yeah, which that's the problem. It's like you're still.
Oh, even
It was
then,
a 9 out of 10, right? Yeah, your best move. Your best move is to burn your momentum. Sadly.
I want to endure harm.
You have 10 momentum, bro.
You're gonna end up using your 10 momentum to endure harm.
I mean, no. I mean, that's fine. No, that's an okay. Like, yeah. So you decide to use, try to make a fireball. I think you're going to. Well, it'll be. God damn it! What's the name of it in?
You need the
Actually, wait. You want to endure harm? Do you want it to be like damaging to you specifically and not to your ship?
I was thinking me specifically, but I didn't think about the ship.
And you also got your armor. Jose's a tank.
I can't take an ass. Well, you know what? Let me do it directly to me, yeah.
If you do it to your
yeah.
ship, that's kind of a blood in the water thing. The enemy may focus on you even more.
If I what?
If like your ship like starts, smoking a little bit or whatever, it's going to be kind of blood in the water. The enemy may focus on you even more.
I actually like that. So I think because he rolled a 1 and he's using the artifact, like, so the powers are actually supposed to come into play in that kind of negative, especially since it's a miss. Maybe that is it. You decided to make it look like an explosion. You wanted to sell that. You focused on the ship fucking exploding. Parts of the ship exploded. You've got to withstand damage -2. So that drops your fighter from 4 to 2. And you can choose to resist the damage. You can roll plus integrity, which is +2. Just remembering that you could make it worse if you decide to roll.
Let me roll.
All right.
Hey,
so +2 to this.
Roll a good shot.
All right.
There we go. Finally.
A 5 versus 3 and a 4, +2, 7 versus 3 and 4.
So you get to choose one. Either you can your bypass, your vehicle is you're not battered, so you could gain 1 of the integrity back. So it'd be a much more minor thing. Or, well, you're at +10 momentum, so you don't need the momentum. So put you back up to +3 integrity of your ship. But yeah, like you focused on, it looked believable though. It looked believable to the point where you stopped your ship in, like, it decided to like lock down for a moment to make it really look like you just broke. So now you are coasting coasting like with your power off right now, and you have to manually get it started again, which is what you're frantically doing right now. As we jump to Soul Rock, what is he up to as he flies out from behind the veil?
Can you read me the asset for the firebrand?
You wield fiery energy when you blah blah blah. Your max fire is +5. When you make moves aided by this energy to attack or overcome obstacles, add +2 and suffer -1 fire. And I'm giving you that, like, you can make that. This is like gathering up the force, like the presence, like as if it's like you have it in you. You've been storing it up. So you can use it as like fiery electricity stuff, like literally to shoot stuff, or you can basically burst out a little bit of force power to give you a +2 to a move.
Okay, I want to use that to attack one of the big ships, try to disable it.
Okay. So yeah, you're going straight for one of the ships. That is. Oh, you're in control, so you are striking.
Wait, is Jose under fire right now, or is he like just in the bad spot?
That's happening right now. Like I'm asking what you're focusing on as both of these things happen. like you'll get to find out what happened to him.
So I guess that's like if he's gonna go under fire for sure, that's a priority. But like otherwise, just like cover fire, you know.
Well, it's hard to tell at the moment. Like you're literally just seeing him. Well, actually, I guess the question is if he explained what he's doing, because he flies and then explodes into a fireball behind you.
I think we know he's okay.
That's the thing is, yeah, if you know he's doing a thing, then currently it looks like the plan, it currently looks to you like the plan is underway. And if it isn't a known plan, he just blew himself up. So that's like...
That's where you're at. Jimmy, he's coming. Yeah. So, I mean, what you got is you got the 3 capital ships and a bunch of those little fighters. So I imagine like it's little fighters closing in on Jose, but there's probably another group of them that you can target specifically. So I say, do that, and I can draw capital ship attention.
Yeah. Lightning attack to take out as many ships like connected as possible, pretty much.
Shit.
Okay. Yeah. So add +2 to a strike roll. Sounds like you're trying to get a bunch of them. So I think that's at a distance. So that's plus edge. So that's +2. +2 from the firebrand is a +4 total.
Automatic 6.
Boom. So you're like, I'm gonna fry these ships. And you and the ship for a moment, like, it knows what you're wanting to do, and you focus your fire through this. And I'm gonna actually say, because of the way this is, you're still at max fire. It doesn't expel any. You gather it from the ship itself and from the world around you. You focus this in, and you fry your half of the, or I'd say like a good third of them were starting to go after you. Like a third were about to, a little more than a third were going after Jimmy Rings, because he pissed him off. And you fry them. Wiping, you see them, they come out, they break instantly out of stealth. And you can see that they are a bunch of fighters, snub fighters that look a lot like yours, but very much look like the ones that you, like the one that Mongoose just flew off in. It's a transforming mech, but it was made by humans, not by the Ascendants. And that's what they look like. So you haven't seen them transform yet, but goddamn if they don't look familiar. And yeah, they take a bunch of damage. But, I mean, and a bunch get destroyed. But that's the main thing that happens is you do get to learn that info.
Did I take any damage because of that? The firebrand?
You did not. No. You fried the fuck out of them. Yeah, you just disabled effectively a third of their fleet. So, yeah.
And just for the record, automatic 6 is a 6, even if like one of the other ones is a 10, right? The automatic hit.
Yes, it's an automatic strong hit. So, yeah, it's the basically you are flying. It's sci-fi, but it's a magic ship. You fly the magic ship, and when you roll a 6 when flying the magic ship, cooler shit happens. So yeah, you totally kicked ass. You just like you're like, man, I want to take out this group, and you do. It just spreads, and it gets fucking way more than you feel like you should be able to. But fuck, man, you're using the presence. You're using a thing designed to augment your ability to use the presence. Yeah, you're just like, I'm a master at fry. And yeah, those ships just fucking the people inside them are not, you are sure they're not dead. You've just disabled those ships completely. They're just floating adrift.
Look around like who's next.
Yeah. So then we are jumping to Spike.
So yeah, while they're doing that, I set my sights on the capital ships. Looking at the one that Merrick wants to infiltrate first, I want to do a strafing run on the far side of the ship from the point that he's going to infiltrate, just to cause a little chaos. Say targeting like some of the turret emplacements.
Cool. That sounds like you're making a plan. But you are making a strike plus edge. So you're rolling +2.
And do the heavy cannons, was it strafing run on there? That one of the options? That card?
Ooh. Yes, you have heavy cannons. Choose one, strafe, add +1, and take +1 momentum on a hit, or focus fire, mark extra damage on a hit, but lose 1 momentum. So it sounds like you want to strafe.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're at +10 momentum, too, just to remind you. So getting more momentum doesn't help.
Yeah. So let's just do a strike then.
Okay.
Yeah, just a strike on some of the turret emplacements on the far side of the ship. Cause a little chaos. The ram can infiltrate cleanly without damage, but people aren't going to be looking at him.
Cool. Then roll plus edge.
A 4 versus a 2 and a 7.
So that is a weak hit. So yeah, you get close enough. You're doing some damage, but you are now drawing the attention of that group of fighters. Like, they are coming in fast and hard, putting you in a bad spot. But you definitely, which is the thing. Like, you were wanting to draw attention. They are now on your ass, and you're currently they're coming on your ass right now. But we're gonna jump back to Jimmy Rings, who's frantically trying to start his vehicle back up. So I think you're gonna have to just really I'm going to give you a plus.
Sorry.
My boy's a goon.
It's got to be plus wits. I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I make this be plus iron? And I can't. I can't figure out how to make it plus iron. I think you got to do a plus wits roll to get your ship restarted.
Uh-oh.
Plus iron is just like taking a hammer to your computer, giving it a few knocks.
That's me, Adam.
Actually, no. We're going to do it is, so you are currently drifting your powers off. You are going to, they're going to try to take some shots at you, and it's literally whether or not, like, one of these is taking the hit. You are currently taking the hit, so roll plus iron.
And does he have BB in his suit? Like, can BB help with repairs?
Ooh, absolutely can.
That's what I was about to say. He has BB in his neural implant.
Also, can I somehow, while I'm in the ship, like, run from one end to the other and try to dodge a bullet or two?
I mean, you're in the fighter, so it's the cockpit's like.
Oh, I'm sitting
like
in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. You know what I was trying to do, Adam? Like, shift the ship's weight with mine.
Try to just rock the ship back and forth.
Honestly, that is more likely to work than, like, trying to, like, because literally it's small enough where, like, you shoving your body, like, you are in space.
Your armored
There's
body,
conservation of momentum. You can do shit to shift things.
That's fun.
So if you want it, I'm going to say taking the hit, though, because that'll give you plus iron. And that's plus 3.
Oh. Alright, yeah, fuck it. Let me do that. Because if I roll a bad roll, I just take a shot straight to the helm. That would suck. Alright, let's go. Woo! I got a... You said it's plus 3, Adam?
Yes.
Got a 5 versus 6 and a 2.
Nice.
Boom. So you are willing yourself, like, you start seeing this happening, you're trying to get the ship to restart, and you reconnect with the ship. It brings its systems back online, like, so you did exactly what you're hoping to do in the end, which was make yourself look weak. You drew their attention, they start coming in, and at the last moment, the ship's systems turn back online, and you're able to do a deflection.
Word?
Which basically you move the ship back because they're concentrating fire on assuming your ship looks fairly disabled, and then you just like you kind of matrix the shit out of like you go from the fighter, you transform into the mech form, like the humanoid form, and like dodge the bullets Matrix style. And then as you lay all the way back, you transform back into the fighter facing the other way, and you're able to shoot the fuck out of the way and dodge all their fucking asses, and now you're behind them as you take control.
Damn, okay.
You would take plus 1 momentum, but you're at plus 10.
Cue the Mandalorian music. Theme.
I think. Oh, now we circle back. We've got Merrick. Merrick, who is now entering his way into. I'm assuming you're just going straight to dock on one of the ships, right?
Yep. It's flying right in as the ships are flying out. I'm going in.
And that's the one I just got up, so you know, like damage control teams, it's just chaos.
I go in there, give some bogus orders. Control that fire.
Like you've got plus 3 to this from Scoundrel and Infiltrator. Like you're absolutely doing both.
And Shadow.
And you're using your Shade ability, so if you wanted to, you technically can just have yourself have an automatic 10. If you don't want to roll. I mean, you still got to roll the challenge dice because maybe you get matching 10s and that would suck. Or you roll the die and you can get a 6, and if you got matching 10s, it's still a success. It's up to you.
I'll just roll the challenge dice.
Alrighty.
A 5 and a 4.
Boom. So yeah, you currently look exactly as like you decide to look at these fighters and you realize like, oh, they're not quite as good at matching, like, because you've been doing this for a long time. These are literally just clones. You relax your ability to cloak so that you match their cloaking ability, because it's just a little shittier than yours. And you instantly match them. You fly in. You're able to dock. You've landed. What would you like to do now?
All right. I grab some garments that look like everybody else because I see it around somewhere, and I try to. Well, I don't really want to ask anybody. I'm gonna try to find the control panel to find where I can get to that crystal. I need that crystal. I'm only there for the crystal. Don't care for anything else. If I can, and I have time, I don't really want to waste the time doing this. I could try to get information about the cloning process if they have it on that ship.
Not a bad idea.
All right, so I'm still sounds like you're trying to be sneaking, you shadow, which is still you've got +3 plus your shadow, so that's +6 total. Go ahead and roll that plus shadow.
All right. Oh, I got a 6 versus a 10 and a 7.
But you rolled a 6. Oh, but you have to leave. You have to leave the ship. Ooh, okay.
I'm doing the most to blend in right now. I try to.
I'm gonna
look
actually
for
say
clothes.
one of the cool things that happens is like you were thinking about you needed clothes that matched their uniforms, and before you get out of the ship, you're wearing one of the uniforms already.
Oh, nice. Is
Yeah,
that my
so
shadow ability?
It felt like the ship did that. It was so it's as you were leaving the ship, it shadowed you a little longer. Like, so your clothes currently you're sure they're gonna last until the end of this mission. Let's just put it that way. So but that is still you can't beat the 10 challenge die because you're outside of the ship when you are trying to do this. So that's a weak hit. You are part of it. Okay, so you're gonna go try to access a terminal, and right now you're looking around for one and you don't see one. So you're going to try to figure your way out of this hangar bay without drawing attention. But as you're doing that, we're going to skip over to did Jimmy Rings.
Jimothy Mingus.
We're jumping to Solrock. So Solrock just fried a third of these ships. You fly through their disabled ships. You just blow past them and scatter them as they sit there unpowered. There are 3 capital ships here. You see that Jimmy Rings has his plan paid off. He drew a bunch of attention, drew them in, really looked like he was screwed there for a second, but then flies out of the way, and we see Spike is he has drawn some attention, and he's still in control. What would you like to do?
What do you?
Can I just fly towards one of the other capture ships, like, not unlike before, just fly through it, spaceship form, like transform into mech form, like on impact, reach for where I think that crystal would be, and fly out the other side of it?
I mean, they are big ships. but you could break your way in and try to just tear your way through.
Yeah.
You can absolutely pick one and dive into it. That's gonna be plus iron, because that is definitely you getting up close and personal for that.
I'm tempted to do the one that Merrick's in just for fun.
Eric's like just getting there after like infiltrating and talking his way through, and then
oh shit. By the way, I will also point out you're currently your momentum is not at max. You're close. But okay. So you're rolling plus iron.
What's my iron?
Plus 2.
I got a 2 versus a 2 and a 10.
All right. So weak hit. You're gaining ground. All right. So on a weak hit on gain ground, you get to choose one of these. You can either mark some progress towards defeating these guys. You could take plus 2 momentum to bring yourself up to max momentum, or you can take plus 1 on your next move as you move to get your way through to the heart of this ship.
I think I'll take the momentum.
All right, brings you up to plus 10, which I'll remind you, you have the kinetic ability that, just for your reference, when your momentum is at max, you may attempt great kinetic feats, such as manipulating large objects and creating destructive bursts of concussive force. To do so, reset momentum. Then, as you make a single move fueled by your powers, take an automatic strong hit. If you're in a fight, you do extra damage or make extra progress.
But also I'm gonna have to cut it short like real soon, so I don't know if
okay.
I got a little bit of time, but just so y'all know.
Yeah, we can definitely finish up this fight and call it for the day, and we're not too far from the end, I hope.
Yeah. We'll do a great feat next turn, just so y'all know.
Word.
So did you get the crystal?
No, he's still moving your... So you're at plus... and let's follow you just one more step. So do a... You're still gaining ground. You're charging into... I'm going to give you a plus heart. You are charging into the heart of the ship. Go ahead and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
Alright, we want to keep the crystals, right? We don't want to...
Yes, because we can use those for like the big worm beast final stage.
We need them.
Those are good to have on hand.
The only thing for sure that can damage them.
Like,
I'm rolling.
Sorry, Adam, was that rolling?
Yeah. Plus your heart.
Hey, me or Carlos?
Carlos right now.
Alright.
He's making one more brutal bust in through the way. Because he just diving physically, like fist first. And then we're jumping back to Merrick.
What's my heart, 3?
Well then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's doing a different ship, Ram.
You got different ships, man.
Yeah, I figured, okay.
He was going to do your ship to fuck with you.
Which is cool.
Alright, I got a...
Well, no, that saved me.
There's a 1 and a 5.
Say 4
Strong
versus
hit.
a 1 and a 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
Strong hit. Alright, boom. You bust your way into there are people that try to stand up to you, but you're literally in a mech suit and you're tearing, like you're just walking through. You have to tear your way through doorways and shit. Nobody can stand up to you. Like some of them have like machine guns and stuff. You're in power armor. It does nothing as you just bust your way through. So we watch you doing that as in we go. Actually, are we on Merrick or Spike? Have we not? When was the last time we did Spike?
I had done like that strafing run right before Merrick went in.
Yeah, so it's like,
And that like the fighters that were around that ship got on my ass.
Okay.
That's where I left
then
it.
we are.
We can finish off Merrick's.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've landed, you're coming out, you're somehow magically wearing a flight suit appropriate to this crew, and you look around and you're like, there is no control panel here, fuck. And you've got a few doors to try, but it feels pretty random. If you want to take a time to just kind of just like look around and kind of get yourself together, you could do that. Or if you want to just kind of like randomly check like the door closest to you to see where it leads. Guess that's, yeah. Do you want to be more impulsive? Do you want to be do you want to gather more information, or would you rather be sneaky?
Just swim.
Merrick right now. I have no idea where I'm going. But we're going.
they talking?
Are you talking?
Merrick.
Oh, sorry. The computer's dying.
Oh. Dude.
This thing is tripping.
Holy shit. Should we just stop in the middle of this fight and come, and that way when we play next, we're literally in the middle of this fight?
Yeah, because I want to take time and try to get information now that Carlos took one of the ships out.
In the process, but yeah.
Didn't want to waste the time at first because I thought I was
getting ready.
of it. But,
Ways.
you know, Carlos saved me some time.
I could probably play next weekend. We're gonna leave it in a fight. We should try to do another session soon.
With that.
Sure.
I think we have Lake Day on
Until next week.
Saturday, right?
To learn what happens, keep listening. This show is brought to you ad-free by privilege. No ads, no Patreon, just a cishet white man with disposable income and time. It is performed, edited, and all that good stuff by Redstone Archender. The story is powered by the game Ironsworn, Starforged by Shawn Tomkin. Outro by Glitter Snitchel, channeling the spirits. This has been a Sofa King Cool production.
Completely stealing that from the like new High Republic books for Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
There's this ancient ship that they discover that's like the essentially black iron with big ass engines and a plasma drill that this fucking Padawan just finds on the archaeological thing and then uses to fuck up some marauders. Great moment.
Oh my god. It's great.
Hey, Ahsoka's about to come out.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Holy shit.
You shouldn't have said nothing, Luke. Now it's gonna be bad.
It's
Nah, it's got hope though.
I mean, it's literally starting where Rebels left off.
Like,
it's literally
shot for shot.
In the trailer, there is the shot where you're like, that's the very last shot of Rebels. Holy shit! This is just Rebels season 5.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh yeah,
I've seen.
It is. Yeah, it's Rebels season 5.
You've gotta watch Rebels. It's like the first season
Oh, I've
was
seen
like
it. I just
Clone Wars,
seen the
very
trailer.
childish, but by the end of it, so fucking good.
Yeah,
Like,
Especially when
it is harder than Clone Wars in some ways.
When Thrawn comes in, that's when it gets serious.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's literally the whole point of Ahsoka,
Yeah.
the show.
And if you're looking for more Thrawn content, they have like 6 new books they've been dropping the past few years. And the audiobooks are basically radio dramas. Highly recommend. Very good.
Oh shit! I've been looking, because I was gonna listen to like the original Thrawn trilogy.
I'm doing
but I don't
that
know what
right
these
now.
new ones are.
But the new ones are there. There's 3 in the Ascendancy, where they follow his like military career there up to his exile, and then there's 3 as he rises in the Empire, and the 3rd one runs concurrent with Rebels. Like when he leaves Rebels, he's in that book.
Damn. Okay. Cool.
And they were released like 1 for 1. So like they released an Ascendancy and then the first Empire at the same time, and like same with the 2nd and the 3rd. But they also work really well if you just listen to them as trilogies. But you can do either.
Yeah. I really, yeah. I've been starting to listen to some of the Star Wars books. I've been enjoying them.
They're good. And there's so many, and they're all like very radio drama. I recommend any with Mark Thompson. He's the ones that narrated the old Thrawn books. And he's come back for the new ones and does a lot of the Star Wars shit. He is the best.
Said Mark Thompson?
Nice. What's his name?
Oh, all right. Mark Thompson, M-A-R-C. Great narrator, though. His range is ridiculous. Like, in the old Thrawn books, he hits, like, every original trilogy character that's in there, like Luke, Leia, Han, like, pretty perfectly. Chewbacca. Dude's literally roaring.
How long have I been muted?
I don't know. You were talking a few minutes ago.
Yeah, not long.
I mean, you answered my question about who it was, so.
Okay. Love when that
I'm
works
just like,
out.
but how am I muted now? How the fuck am I muted?
Yeah,
Cool, yeah, I'm just writing
There's
that
a hot.
down.
Carlos
There's a
says
hotkey for me.
overheard
You might have pressed.
What was that, Ram? What was that, Ram?
I was just saying, there's probably a hot button for a hotkey for mute, and you probably clicked it. Discord has that, a few hotkeys. For me, it's shift, right shift.
Oh, you know, it's spacebar, and I hit the spacebar to bring my screen back on because this new laptop, I'm still figuring out some shit on the settings where I'm like, I would have sworn that I told you not that you're plugged in, so don't turn the screen off. Like, just don't do it. But it still does it. So
there's 2 features. You got to set both of them to that.
yeah, that's I'm just worried that it'll put it to sleep. And I'm like, well, that would be bad because then we'd lose connection and I'd stop recording and that would suck. So, no want.
Oh, yeah. No bueno.
But right, we were
Alright,
playing
so-
the game, weren't we?
So, yeah, speaking of recording, I'm just going to cut all that out. But